Hi everyone, this is Bernard Bertrand, photographer, director and Lumix ambassador. Today I'm going to talk about that video shoot I did in bright daylight during a masterclass at the Brussels Photo Fair in front of an audience, probably not the best condition to shoot, and still, here is a short sample of that clip. So here is it. It's just a fraction of it. I did post it already on my channel, but I will also place it at the end of this video. Okay, so let me tell you everything about it. I was giving Lumix masterclasses at the Brussels Photo Fair recently. 3 sessions a day, 3 days in a row. We had the box ring next our Panasonic Lumix stand, and I took my friend Alka Matewa, professional boxer, 3-time worldwide Thai boxing champ, together with 3 other boxers. By the way, Alka is also an actor. He is now on a Netflix series, Gangland, where he is one of the 4 gang members. So, super talented, a great person, and an amazing boxer. When proposing the idea of putting a box ring in the middle of one of those big fair halls, I knew already that the ambient light would be tricky. So I came the evening before the photo fair opening to meet the team, and especially the people who put the light over the ring. The people who place the ring also bring their own light, but as those LED are good for a box event, they were not good for filming. So of course, I did not use those LED. But about 2 meters higher, the team who built the entire Lumix set at the fair did place 4 big professional grade LED spotlights. And when I stepped on the ring the night before for the pre-light, I noticed that they did place those 4 lights in order to cover the entire surface of the ring. But getting light over the complete surface was not a concern to me, so I asked them to place it the exact way I want it to be. And we did oriented 2 of those spots to hit a specific spot on the ring floor. So that would be my main setup. We oriented another one straight to one of the corners of the ring. That would be my main set number 2. And those spots were 450 watts each, but extremely focused light and really contrasted. So from there, I was pretty confident that from this specific setup, I would be able to dim completely down the rest of the surrounding. Imagine this. I was shooting those images in bright daylight, with a lot of light also coming from other photo brands right next to us. So my main concern was to almost completely kill down the ambient light. And this is exactly what I did. So now that I told you about my light setup, let's step into the camera settings and exposure details. First of all, as I wanted the people looking at my shooting live to be able to see something that may look like a graded video, we had 4 or 5 huge Panasonic OLED TV, HDMI connected straight to my camera. So basically they were able to see exactly what I was filming. And at the end, there is absolutely no grade at all into the final edit you just saw at the beginning. Nothing. Here are my footages. Remember, I oriented the LED spot to hit a specific spot on the ring floor, and from there I did set my exposure to match that specific spot. Anytime the boxer were stepping out of the circle of light, they were in total darkness. And this is exactly what I wanted to. So now about my exposure and what I did to completely kill the ambient light down. First of all, I was shooting on S&Q mode, and I did set my slow motion to 100 FPS. That gives me a perfect 4x slowdown when editing at 25 FPS. As my shutter was set on the 180-degree angle, my effective shutter speed was then 1/200 of a second. So that was already helping me to dim the ambient light down a bit. But that was absolutely not enough. I was still able to see the people walking around the corridors, and also I had the other stand in the background, so I was still able to see everything I want to get rid of. So the magic bullet was simply to use a variable ND filter. And I did use this ND filter coming from Nissi. And what I like with this ND filter is that you have a stop. So it means that there's no way to go up over the maximum, and there's no way to go down under the minimum. This one is from Nisi. It's a good quality filter, of course. Keep in mind that this is something that you will place in front of your lens. You don't want to put a cheap, low quality filter in front of your lens, of course. I also advise you to go for a filter like this one, where you're gonna get those stops. So the use of this ND filter, plus the fact that I was shooting at the shutter speed of 1/200 of a second, I was able to turn the ND filter the exact way I wanted to kill down the ambient light and the surrounding light completely. We always think about the ND filter when shooting outside in bright daylight, but as you see, it also comes extremely helpful inside. So basically what I did is that I did set my exposure to match the highlight I had coming from my super powerful LED spot 4 meters up. This is the way I have been able to get that result. As I said, the light coming from those LED light was really strong and contrasted. This is the reason why I did get those strong shadows on the boxers, and I like it like that. And it was also really funny to see the reactions of the audience as they were able to see the video playback on the OLED screen all over. So they were asking themselves, how come he gets that result so far from what we are seeing with our own eyes next to him? So I was explaining them about the strong light setup, my fast shutter speed, and my variable ND filter. So I did shot everything at 100 FPS. I do not have any motion blur anymore, and I like it that way in this case. As for the portion of the clip where the action is visually at the normal speed, I simply set those clips at 400% speed. So this is it for now, and if you have any question, as it could be that I forgot something to mention, do not hesitate to comment. I always reply. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this one. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Like I should. We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good.